You just watched that speech. What'd you think?
Well, I thought he got back to his roots. I thought he appealed to that base that he needs to appeal to. He was very passionate about limiting government, about limiting, about intrusive intelligence, no nation building. So I think in that sense he really accomplished what he needed to. I think the neocons, if anything, will be unhappier. He tossed them a sop on Iran, but he didn't mention Israel once. And I think it really was, from their vantage point, a neo-isolationist speech that focuses on what Rand Paul really wants to focus on, which is at home.
Right. I mentioned to Mark just a few moments ago, how you probably heard me, that I think the notion of I have a message, we've come to take our country back, is very close to what he said in 2010 when he was elected to the Senate, although he included the phrase, I have a message from the Tea Party back in 2010, did not do that today. But that's a good old-fashioned populist message. Well, a little bit less good and old-fashioned, or at least a little bit less old-fashioned, is it seems to me that both parties and the entire political system are to blame, that's the quote, for a whole bunch of things that ail America. Is that, in your view, the kind of message that someone who is running for the nomination of one party should be starting off their presidential campaign with?
Well, I think more so today than in the past, because don't forget the Democrats have been in office for 8 years, so people really aren't debating the merits much of the George W. Bush administration any longer. But he's not going to have that field alone. I mean, some of those things Ted Cruz could have said. I mean, yeah. Ted Cruz, if you want to be an anti-Washington candidate, Rand Paul did a pretty darn good job today. My guess is that Ted Cruz is going to be even more forceful, even more vehement.
Al, what did you, just real quick, what did you think was the best, most compelling thing in the speech, the thing that you thought maybe surprised you with how effective it was, if there was anything like that?
Well, he certainly did the intelligence gathering, the government intrusion. He said it before. I thought he said it very effectively today. I think he pulled out his iPhone or whatever phone he has once. That really was received very well by the crowd. So I thought that was. I think you're right what you said earlier. Iran may actually have made some news, but I think that was a more interesting element actually.